Hello there, everybody. We are here for the beginning of Matthew Vaughn Real Ranked. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get right into it. Great. Without too much fanfare, let's get right into this. We have three great guests today, all known fans of Matthew Vaughn. We've got Aiden, Arthur, Benson. I'm not going to do that for everybody. We got Rachel, and we got Sam. How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
It's good.
Pretty good. Yeah. Got my setup with the new Kingsman poster.
Mine's over there.
Damn.
There.
That's crazy.
But this is more important, I mean, because I spent money on that.
True. We would all have matching Kingsman posters if Andrew would meet up somewhere that I could take the two posters out of the back of my car.
Yeah, and I would have it at my parents' house for sure. It would be so cool.
One at your parents' house, one at your apartment.
Yeah, I bet, and they would be a fan of that. I'd come in and I'd be like, "Hey guys, I got a poster. I'm just gonna hang this up on the wall here. I know you've never heard of this movie, but I promise you'd hate it." Today,
I think they would love the Rasputin scene, though.
Oh, that's great!
Probably.
It's classic.
Yeah, we're gonna be ranking today, not tier listing.
Okay.
So that's fun, and some of these movies are gonna get shafted because people don't appreciate them properly, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. Matthew just sent out the links. We might actually have people watch now.
Oh shit, nice.
Wow.
Cool. Well, go ahead. I'm curious. What was your guys' when did you first see like a Vaughn movie?
I actually watched First Class around the time it came out.
I feel like it was probably First Class for a lot of people. Yeah.
I watched First Class in theaters. Yeah.
Wow.
First Class was my first one because I was watching the X-Men movies with my dad and brother. So.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Stardust because my family friend was very insistent that it was super cool, and I did not agree until I was like, yeah, cool fantasy nerd shit, because I was so cool before, but now I came around.
But it's fantasy nerd shit with Charlie Cox.
I didn't know who Charlie Cox was when I was like 8, and that is a good point.
Yeah, this is pre-Daredevil.
True. Still, he was cool in that too.
But yeah, so let's pull it up. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with all of the movies, but we will be. Well, I mean, most of the
I'd hope so.
I mean, you guys are obviously.
Who's Matthew Vaughn?
What's a Kingsman?
Sorry.
King's Speech. Colin Firth.
Oh shit! Yeah, that Colin Firth movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The marbles in the mouth and shit.
Zoom in. Here, is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, this one's gonna go in at number 1 right away.
Hey, no.
More like number 7.
We're gonna be talking about it first because it was his first released.
Okay.
Yes. Thoughts on Layer Cake, everybody?
Layer Cake
Andrew?
boring.
I say this with the utmost love and respect in my heart. It is bottom tier Vaughn, but that does not mean it's a bad movie. Still,
I think it's okay. It's sufficiently twisty, curvy. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like there's enough twists and turns in the story that it's still interesting and exciting, and it's got like the twist ending, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's not quite as energetic or enjoyable as his other outings, even though everyone in it does a good job.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
He does show off his style a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, definitely you can see the development of it, I think, in this, which is awesome.
Especially the scene in the garden.
The one shot, it's like so thoroughly. When I was watching it for the first time, I was like, there it is. Okay. This is weird. I mean, I think he was kind of just doing a Guy Ritchie because that's where he got his start.
Yeah, it really does feel like a Guy Ritchie gangster movie.
Yeah, and
I
don't
now
think
that
it
I've
lives
seen
up to.
Snatch, I can see that.
I've seen Aladdin.
Yeah, good. That's
Close
a good
enough.
reference point.
Good
Actually.
enough.
Yeah,
Remedy that immediately.
Here, I'm gonna take this off screen when we're talking about anything else. Yeah, I think it's cool to see the start of his style, and I think it's pretty entertaining. I like returning to it. I like some of the themes that they're covering in it, like how, like, just like this drive to get out without being caught up in everything, and how hubris can bring you down. It's not an original concept, but I think it's fun, especially the ending. I think the ending's sick. And it drives some of the point of the story. Although I think there's an alternate ending, isn't there?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I like them both. I honestly can't remember a ton of the differences. I think it's like they just explain things better in one of them. But that's boring. I think things shouldn't be explained. So, no, yeah. Yeah, I like this one a lot, but I recognize I wouldn't place it above most of his other movies. So I'm a layer cake appreciator. Sam's a layer cake non-understander. Which is what happens when you don't. I don't believe
when you don't what? When you don't
No,
what?
finish the sentence.
Finish the
I don't think
sentence,
you
please.
can dislike this movie. It's not boring. I think that's insane. But hey,
Okay,
everybody has their own
it's my
opinion.
least favorite Matthew Vaughn though. Can I have that opinion?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Boring's crazy. It's just the eye candy on screen is fun, but fair enough. Cool. Well, that leads
I
us
could
into
just watch Kingsman.
Okay, fair enough. But sometimes you need some variety. Except for Rachel. Rachel doesn't care about variety.
No. Give me the same thing over and I'll be pleased.
All right. Then I think it's just Stardust, right? Next.
I think so.
I think
I
so.
believe
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Stardust
All right.
first class. No.
So I mean, this is easy for me. I love Stardust. I think it's super
Stardust
fun.
is fucking great.
I recently heard that that Stardust is like not at all faithful to the book it's based on, and that it's like kind of like a more family friendly version. Which makes me really curious about what the book's about, because like I wouldn't like show that to like I watched it at a pretty young age and it was like fine, but I don't think I would encourage it. You know, but I think it's a fun adventure around the world of that story. And it has a lot of interesting fantasy concepts that are not like your like traditional like orc, elf, dwarf, like sort of shit. So I think it's fun. Sam?
I have only seen it once, so I don't really like remember a lot about it. It was okay. I wasn't like a huge fan, but it was fun enough.
Rachel?
Oh.
If I rewatched it, I think that would help.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth a rewatch, but
I fucking love Stardust. Anything that came out like in the trend of the mid 2000s of like that really kind of slightly shitty high fantasy, like all of the Chronicles of Narnia movies slapped, not objectively, but subjectively slapped to me. Brothers Grimm, super fucking fun to watch. Objectively not that good. Stardust, wonderful. I love watching it. Objectively good, except for the unfortunate casting of one Ricky Gervais and one fucking Rupert Everett. I goddamn hate those two with the entirety of my being, and putting both of them in one movie and me still liking it should sing the praises of its quality to me. So
yeah, no.
I didn't even know he was in the movie the first time I watched it. And I look down, I look back up, and Ricky Gervais is just there going, yeah, having a laugh. And I just I got terrified. It's like, oh fuck, am I watching extras? Oh god, oh shit. No. Not again. No, good movie. Charlie Cox great. Claire Danes, wonderful casting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Oh fuck, we didn't even talk about
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong is in it too, but he has hair, and it's ridiculous.
It's weird. I don't like it. It takes
all of the wigs in the movie are not that great.
They're wacky. I think they're a fun,
They
wacky style.
Look distracting.
Robert De Niro is also a fantastic addition to the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Apparently
fun.
that character is like not in the book or something.
What?
Which is
I'm glad they added it though.
an insane leap to add to the movie. Tonally, it's
What do
very
they
odd.
even do in the book then if they don't have Robert De Niro's character?
It might he might be like a different type of Captain Shakespeare. I don't know, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Aiden, what are your thoughts?
I think it's bizarre, and mainly because I experienced tonal whiplash watching it like every 5 minutes. Like it jumps from being like this fun fantasy movie to like this really dark, suddenly graphic and gory thing to suddenly lighthearted again to then like some other genre. And it's just like it whips you back and forth. And I really can't tell who the target audience is. Because it's like it's too dark to show to children, but it's like not dark enough to be like fully considered an adult film. It's just I don't know. It's a movie. I enjoy it. I like all the casting. I think everyone does a fantastic job of it. But yeah, just the tone, and I don't remember the wigs especially are a little distracting. But most of it I think is really good.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Stardust was a Neil Gaiman novel. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense why it's so dark then.
Yeah.
I was like, it's either like a German fairy tale or it's some kind of weird dark author. It's the latter.
It's
so.
Neil Gaiman.
It's Neil Gaiman.
I still need to read American Gods, but yeah.
I just want to read Coraline. She has been nagging me, but she keeps talking about the lore. And I feel like I should read the book to understand the lore.
Yeah. Coraline, you actually have to read the book before watching the movie. It's required.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose all the context.
To be fair, you have to have a high IQ to understand Coraline 2008.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Back on Stardust though, I love how it shows the brothers that have been murdered, like it portrayed like in the same way, like just dripping wet, or like when he kills the dude and he like his hair is like windswept. Like I think that's such a funny touch, and it works super well on screen, especially when Septimus gets added amongst them.
Yeah, Rupert Everett's character, didn't he just like fall off a cliff and then his head was like?
Yeah.
So. That was fun to watch.
And his hair's like all the way off to the side. Yeah, it rules.
It's fun to watch.
The brothers are probably my favorite part of the movie. So.
Yeah. And the goat that gets turned into a man and then into, I believe, a weirdly attractive woman after that.
Yes.
That's just
I don't know about the adjective on the latter, but yeah, he does get turned into a woman.
It's a goat woman. I think it qualifies. Hey, maybe we're learning about me here more than anybody else. But
a weirdly attractive goat woman.
Attractive goat
woman.
Man,
I'll stand up for it.
You called a golden retriever attractive yesterday, please.
I did not.
Uh-oh.
I said it was more attractive than the ugly dude who's transforming into.
Okay.
I can understand where you're coming from. The wording that you use.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it in a sexual way at all.
That dog is attractive, non-sexual.
Feels like I missed out not being at the watch party yesterday.
No.
You did.
But yeah, no. Okay, so I think if I had to guess, we're all probably going to agree on where these two get placed relative to each other right now.
Yep.
I'd go Stardust above Layer Cake.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. There's one review on Stardust that was like, it's so weird seeing Charlie Cox make eye contact with people. And I like that
review. That's funny.
That's great.
Sweet. Well, with that, I think we'll be jumping on to Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Kick-Ass
movie.
Film.
Kick-Ass
Okay.
Sam, start us off here.
Kick-Ass good. I love Kick-Ass. I've only seen it once also, but it stuck with me more than Stardust. I did a great movie. Cast great. everything about it great. I'm tired.
It's 7:30. I know you got.
I got 3 hours of sleep.
You should have napped. I feel like that was an option.
The reason
Power
I got 3
nap.
hours of sleep was because I had stuff to do today.
That sucks.
That you shouldn't have done it.
But
Also,
Kick-Ass
Michelle
good.
Pfeiffer is great in that in
Yeah.
Stardust. And Charlie Cox, not actually blind.
Not actually blind. It's crazy.
Acting. Yeah. Weird.
Well, he wasn't
I'm able
then.
to bring
Acting
myself
like
to watch Kick-Ass
Blind
2 yet.
himself to play Daredevil in 2015.
Yeah.
His
In Stardust, he's acting like he can see.
Yeah.
He method acted, so he got like acid to his eyes. Now he's blind.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah. Mark Strong
Rachel.
also in this movie. I love
yes.
him.
He is.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Frank
Also,
Domingo.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, great.
Taylor Johnson, great.
Aaron Taylor Johnson showing off
Great.
range of not just being hot Quicksilver.
I mean, both
Crazy.
Quicksilvers were in this movie.
True.
Yeah, I know it
That was
rules.
pretty fun.
Evan Peters abandoned the second in what I would call a good choice, but
Yeah.
yeah. Rachel, what about you?
Kick-Ass good. I haven't seen it in a hot second, but I remember really enjoying it. Nicolas Cage, great in it. Chloe Grace Moretz, tolerable. I'm not a huge fan of Chloe Grace Moretz, but this was one of her more tolerable roles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, I think, in retrospect, to look at her role as like a edgelord, essentially.
Yeah. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, good. Is he in the sequel? I haven't seen the sequel yet.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he's
think
the
he
main
is.
villain of the sequel.
I have not been able to get
nice.
myself to watch it. I just can't.
Didn't Jim
I do
Carrey
it.
like
Every time. I always watch the first one and I'm like, that rules. I bet I like the second one this time. And then I rewatch the second one and I'm like, come on, man. What happened? But then I read the comics and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's maybe not on the scriptwriters.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there's like a
Rachel,
lot of
anything
changes in the comics.
Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of good changes.
I remember you talking about it as Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I sent you some panels that were maybe
Iffy.
not so great. Yeah, from the comic.
A little bit iffy.
I feel like that's a common trend with Matthew Vaughn movies is changing Mark Miller comics into something more palatable.
Yeah, I think better. But
Yeah.
seeing how Jupiter's Legacy or whatever did on Netflix, I think he might need Matthew Vaughn. Yeah, and do you have any thoughts?
Kick-Ass, my least favorite, Vaughn.
Wow. Interesting.
I know. I'm sorry.
You
I
hate to
just-
see it.
Unacceptable.
It's just like cringy edgelord humor the whole movie, and I don't really care for it. Like, I never found any of it funny. I thought all the jokes were just kind of cringy. I don't like Nicolas Cage. I really, really don't like Nicolas Cage. He has one line in that movie that gets any sort of like enjoyment for me, and that's "You're gonna be fine, baby doll," as he shoots Chloe Grace Moretz in the chest.
Yeah,
It's like that's the one part of the movie where I like giggle even a little.
But his superhero name being Big Daddy,
I hate
great.
Yeah, it rules.
No, great. It's great.
Buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Chloe Grace Moretz in here. She's fine.
Fair.
I know there's like a lot of controversy when it first came out of essentially having a 12-year-old say like the C word and murder people graphically on screen.
And now that we're older, we know how funny it is.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never really connected with the story, I guess. It's fine. I mean, the action in it is decent. I can see like from there where he's starting to move more into like superhero sort of or actiony films. So like I appreciate it that it was a stepping off point for bigger and better things. But the movie itself just I don't connect with.
So do you not even like the action scenes like in the warehouse and
The warehouse scene is
building?
pretty decent. But a lot of it is I didn't care for. I don't know.
Fair enough. Well,
like pretty much every time Kick-Ass is fighting by himself, it's just like bad.
It's awesome. This is one for me. It actually gets me emotional. The scene where he protects that guy for the first time he does anything good as a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And he stands up for the dude who's he's trying to grab the kitten, and then he trips the guy, and then he goes and fights for him, and the little speech he gives, standing on top of him. It actually gives me chills. I really love it. It's I think genuine. It's just a cool moment of humanity, which is not usually a focus for Matthew Vaughn. I don't think showing off the better parts of humanity.
Definitely not.
Yeah, nah.
So
Humanity
I
actually
really
just
like
fight.
Yeah. And then the warehouse scene, the way it transitions through the nanny cam, and I don't know. I think it's, especially having read the comic, I'm like, man, this is really impressive work to have made such a good story out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Aaron Taylor Johnson does really well as the nerd, which I don't think is always done well in Hollywood. He's a dork, and I buy it.
He's a fucking
I don't know.
dweeb.
I've
Yeah.
never.
Great acting.
I don't think that I've ever liked Aaron Taylor Johnson in anything. I think he's just an incredibly boring actor.
Oh my god.
Sam just inhales.
This is my second favorite Matthew Vaughn movie.
It's also it's close to second for me, at least.
It used to be second for me.
I adore it.
Until a new one came out.
It ends with him literally shooting the guy out of a window with a rocket launcher and blowing up in midair after using a machine gun jetpack to fly. It's insane, and it totally rules.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
I love this movie.
It totally accepts how over the top it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's fun. Right now I would put it at the top of the list.
Oh, me too, obviously, but
over Stardust
I would
and
as
their
well.
cake.
Oh, the current list. Yeah, that's fine.
You're comfortable with that, Aiden?
I don't care. I know I'm gonna be outvoted on that one no matter what. So.
Yeah. I think we'll come back at the end and we'll obviously do a bit of rearranging as a group.
No, this is fine so far.
Thus far, I think we all agree he's just improved with every movie he's made.
They just keep getting better.
Well, I think the action has improved. Yes. Yeah. I don't like the story.
Fair enough. Everybody's entitled to their own thoughts.
Even if they're
that's the perfect way to be I think you're dumb, but I'm not going to say it that way.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, even though you're fucking wrong.
Yeah. Next up, I don't know. I think this is
First
up there.
Class.
First Class.
Oh, I don't know where this is going to land for everybody.
I like First
this
Class.
This is my
good.
This is my number one, Vaughn.
Okay,
okay.
That's interesting. I wasn't sure if it would land above Kingsman or not. That's what I was curious about.
Mm-hmm. Just barely, but it does edge it out.
All right, Rachel, start us off.
Cool. I like First Class. I have not watched it in a hot second, but I did just watch the Cosmonaut Variety Hour over all of the X-Men films. And in comparison to all the X-Men, is part 2 just going to be all the Wolverine movies?
Yeah, and the Deadpool films.
Yeah.
Still working on
it. Follow at
and New Mutants.
Yeah. And oh shit, yeah. Keep reading New Mutants actually came out.
Yeah, it's bad.
Anyway, First Class compared to all the X-Men movies that came before it, I would say very good. Cream of the crop. I don't know about Days of Future Past in comparison to it because I haven't seen Days of Future Past in maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
Good movie. I just think the plot of Kevin Bacon starting the Cuban Missile Crisis is deserving of 3.5 stars at the very least. I would put this movie at number 5, but that's saying a lot because it's all 3 Kingsmen and then Kick-Ass above that. So,
I also have it at 5.
I fucking love it.
Aiden, you take us away.
Yeah, I just think it's a brilliant reinvention of the X-Men films. I think they were not in a good state before he got to them.
Controversial.
It's X-Men 3 going into X-Men Origins Wolverine. X-Men was not in a good place. And even before then, all of them had been kind of campy and just silly, just kind of comic book goofy. And this was a movie that actually turned it into like sort of modern day sort of superhero sensibilities. I think the casting is excellent. Like I think every single person in there was so perfectly cast. It's really fun to watch. The plot is great. The powers are good. They don't look fake or anything like that. And everyone, like even in the final battle, like everyone's powers is used in like an interesting and unique way. Like they're all useful to the plot. It's not like the other X-Men movies where it's just like, oh, hey, look, it's Colossus in the background doing something.
You throw Wolverine because Wolverine is the only.
Hey, is that Jubilee for the third movie in a row where we don't see her actually do anything?
I like that this is the first time they put Wolverine in the background because I think he's better.
I think he's excellent cameo there. It never fails to get a laugh from me. But yeah, I also liked this is kind of the first movie where they're not just like, hey, another Wolverine movie because we know you like Wolverine, so have some more Wolverine. Here, look, Wolverine.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think just all of it is handled very maturely. I think like even like the opening sequence of like the Nazi camp, the concentration camp. It's like equal parts superhero thrilling and absolutely horrifying, and like the payoff for that at the end is incredible. Like it's that's one of the best endings for any superhero movies, I think.
Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
When you first see him as an adult,
I'm Frankenstein's monster, and I'm looking for my creator.
Oh. It's so sick, actually.
Yeah.
I always forget about that scene, and then I'm watching it, I'm like, this is the best scene in the movie. I don't know why I forget about it.
But it just, I mean, beyond that, it just like, even beyond just like it movie as a whole, the individual scenes and the play between James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender is just brilliant. Like especially the scene where he's like trying to teach him how to use his powers, and he's like the place between rage and serenity, and he like remembers the memory of his mother. It's like it's such a beautiful scene, and I didn't expect that in an X-Men film of all things.
Especially, I guess with a track record.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the best X-Men movie, and I also think it's the best Vaughn movie. I think it's just a really solid movie all around. And I think it's got the best music in the whole series as well. Henry Jackman does an amazing job.
Fucking great.
Yeah. I have so much that I like about this movie.
Forgot to mention Michael Fassbender as Magneto is probably one of the best decisions. I can see my roommate motioning off screen just with this. He's cheering. But it's a fantastic addition, mainly because Magneto in the first 3 X-Men movies, I did not connect with him at all until I watched First Class.
Yeah.
More cheering. It's great. Ian McKellen is fantastic, but I think Michael Fassbender just fits into the role a lot more. But also, his Magneto costume at the very end is fucking stupid.
That's fair. Yes, that's one of my complaints about. If I had to complain, if I had to complain about something, it's that dorky like McDonald's M thing on his head at the end.
It looks like he carved it out of a pool and strapped it to his head.
I forgot about it until I saw it in the Cosmonaut video, and I was like, whoa.
It's a choice.
Call me Magneto. Ba 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 ba. Loving it.
Sam, do you have anything?
Yeah, I've seen this movie twice. The first time was in an X-Men context, and the second time was in a Matthew Vaughn context. But when I watched it in the X-Men context, I was like, man, finally, a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also good in like Matthew Vaughn standards. I'm just a Kingsman liker, too much of Kingsman fan person.
That's not a problem.
Hey, no shame in that.
Yeah.
As 3 of us on this panel, look, this panel's stacked towards Kingsman, and we have to recognize that.
I was debating just
like look at our names
immediately at the top. Just as soon as we got
Vaughn
in here.
has 7 movies, and 4 of those are not Kingsman related. Yet all four of us are named something Kingsman related.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, we definitely lean one way.
Yeah, this movie's good. All the actors great. Love it. I didn't know it was Matthew Vaughn, and I didn't know who Matthew Vaughn was when I watched this movie the first time. I didn't really know who he was until everyone started, and by everyone I mean Rachel, started watching Kingsman a lot.
I'm sorry for stealing your brand, Andrew.
I think I still have. I was the one who advocated and whipped the votes for a Matthew Vaughn category before you guys had seen Kingsman.
Yeah.
I think I have enough
Thank
cred.
you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
In my defense, I had seen Kingsman like when it came out on DVD because I bought it at Walmart with my own money. I watched it with my parents.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch it after that because there's 132 F-bombs?
Yeah, something around there.
They're like,
It's
this
long.
movie is terrible. We don't want you watching this ever again. I was like, this fucking slaps. I love this.
It's great.
This is great. You mean to tell
But
me
X-Men,
yeah. X-Men. We're talking about X-Men.
Good movie. I kind of went like the first time I watched it, I didn't really, like all the X-Men movies kind of blend together for the most part. But then I rewatched it and I was like, wait, yeah, this one was good. I remember this. This one was good.
Yeah, I had the same experience. Yeah, when I didn't rewatch it. I rewatched it because it was Matthew Vaughn. Like once I had seen Kingsman and I was like, oh shit, this guy did the X-Men movie, and I rewatched it and I was like, oh, this is yeah, I don't know. I just like it had just been another X-Men movie to me for some reason. I mean, I was a kid when I was watching all this stuff, like 12 or 13 or whatever. And yeah, I think First Class is really good. It's probably my favorite X-Men, although I really like X2. And I've come around on Days of Future Past, but I don't think it's like the god tier movie that some people do. So yeah, I like First Class a lot. I think the powers are fun, and they actually used some more unique powers, like Aiden was saying, where they all became important. That's dope. Darwin, I think the Darwin thing's pretty dumb, but
I agree.
He adapts to survive anything until we want him to die, and then we'll find a way.
Hey, plot.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good movie.
Matthew also pointed out in the live chat that Lucas Till from Hannah Montana the movie played
Yeah,
Alan Summers
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Jacob's excited to have a movie that he's seeing on here now.
Yay!
Jacob, you should watch Kick-Ass.
And
You should watch Kick-Ass, Jacob.
Yeah,
Or
you should watch
Stardust.
Kick-Ass.
Jacob, you should watch Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass.
And then Cole Sanders is saying comic accurate costumes don't always.
They really
work.
do not.
No, but sometimes. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, the fucking Cosmonaut Variety Hour pointing out that they actually had yellow jumpsuits in First Class.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I love the yellow jumpsuits.
That's the thing. Is like they actually embrace like the campiness of it a bit more while being serious. I think, which is fun.
Yeah. They're meta about it, which is fun.
Meta humor, am I right, guys?
Meta humor. Yes, sir.
Starting to get over that. Wrong universe as well, but
Meta.
yeah. So let's place it. I would put it under. Okay, hot take. I'd probably still have it at the bottom here, but
I'd have it in between Stardust and Kick-Ass.
I would also have it in between Stardust and Kick-Ass.
I'd have it at the top.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I think we can compromise then and put it between Stardust and Kick-Ass.
Yep.
It's a great compromise, actually.
Well, I mean,
hey, one more spot. One more spot, bud.
Wait.
Andrew?
Between Stardust and
Kick-Ass. Yeah. It's whatever. I'm not using a mouse right now. My trackpad's bad. Yeah, it's. I don't think we could advocate to get it above Kick-Ass with where we all placed it in. So.
I know.
Yes.
Sorry.
Breaks my heart.
Kick-Ass.
Is it time?
Up next,
it's time. It's time.
Straight to the top.
Straight
to the top.
Aiden, funnily enough, is starting us off here in our round robin.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really fun movie. Very well cast. I'm glad that Taron Egerton has. I think this basically made his career. So I'm very glad that
Taryn.
he got the chance to be in this movie because he's really fun and everything else too. Yeah, Colin Firth, excellent casting choice as like the distinguished gentleman who still kicks ass. Yeah, I think
That's actually
Mark Hamill's in this. That's always fun.
Yeah,
He was in the comic too, wasn't
Let
he?
me bring up he
Mark Hamill?
is Mark Hamill in the comic, and then they cast Mark Hamill to play a scientist in the movie.
Yeah.
They just kidnapped famous actor Mark Hamill in the comic.
I love Professor Arnold.
They also
Not a lot of people knew about him.
totally improved the opening scene from the comic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the comics are like pretty dark. They're kind of
Yeah.
sadistic almost.
I mean,
Like,
they have a mother almost murder her child in the movie. It's not like super light all the time. but-
right. Yeah, it's a little less nihilistic, I think, and a little more
Yeah.
fun loving as you watch people graphically
Yeah.
kill each other.
Oh, yeah, the lightest scene in the movie, that church scene where Colin Firth kills everyone.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope though. Gets a pass.
It's so true.
Yeah, I think it's just a really well crafted movie. I think it's just really fun to kind of see the spy world unfold through Taryn's eyes, just kind of surrogate audience in that way. Yeah, the music's great. The action, obviously, very good. I'm glad he improved it a lot from his other movies. The church scene, especially, is basically like, I think it's kind of his pièce de résistance of all his movies. Action, I think. Yeah, I think it's just overall just a fun movie.
Sweet. Sam?
I have
The butt scene at the end. Sorry, the butt scene at the end is
yeah.
a little unnecessary.
James
though.
Bond, baby!
Okay, James
The butt
Bond
scene is
never
definitely the
had
worst
a shot
part.
like that, though.
It got some stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate
That's
the
true.
no butt cut on the Plex. No butt cut, great.
Sorry.
No, I like the
sought
no
out
butt
the butt cut. I had a non-butt cut, and I was thinking, and I was like, in the theater, that ended a bit differently, and I sought out the cut with the butt. Because I look to preserve art, not hide it
Okay.
away.
Isn't it just the Blu-ray cut?
No,
I don't
it's
know, man.
all of the, it's all the home release.
Yeah.
All of them are the butt cut?
All my hard copies that I have the butt cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what cut I had initially, but
that's initial DVD release from like 2015. That's Steelbook, and that's the new 4K release. So
Okay.
I don't think they would have changed it between that.
yeah.
And I have a
Yeah.
different one from those three, and it's also is the butt cut.
Butt cut.
Okay.
Release the butt cut.
I don't.
Anything else besides the butt, Sam?
I wasn't even going to talk about the butt. That was Aiden.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it happened during your turn, so.
Okay. Well, I have 3 movies marked 5 stars on Letterboxd, and this is one of those 3. So
That's happy though.
It's
Wow.
this,
That is happening.
Little Shop of Horrors, and La La Land, right?
this
What?
this
Oh,
Jurassic Park,
Jurassic
and
Park,
La La
and
Land.
La La Land.
You're back.
Yeah.
Do you
on,
not
dude.
have Little Shop of Horrors marked as?
I have it at 4.5, but like if I
Coward.
like next time I watch it, it might.
Mark
Just call me
movies
a
is 5
coward.
whenever you want. That's what I believe.
Maybe I never
movie's
want to mark
perfect.
movies as
Until you don't
5.
mark them
I
as
mean, it took
anything,
me
right?
4 watches of Kingsman
I have a
before
ton
I
of 5
moved it
stars.
from 4.5 to 5. Kingsman, great. Love this movie. Shout out to Rachel and Andrew for getting me to watch it. I love it.
No problem, bestie.
It's so good.
I
It's
got
so
you,
good.
bestie.
Taryn.
Cool. I guess that's me.
I'm a Taryn fan now.
Oh yeah.
Taryn.
Any Robin Hood apologists in the chat?
Sure.
I watched Rocket Man before I watched Kingsman, and now like I kind of want to
Weird.
rewatch Rocket Man now that I'm a Taryn appreciator,
You should.
Taryn lover
He
even.
should have won.
Watch Eddie the Eagle. Eddie
Eddie
the
the
Eagle
Eagle's
fans make some
Eddie was also really
noise.
good, yeah.
Woo!
Love that
yeah,
movie.
I'll watch it eventually.
Love
Love Taryn, not enough to go see Sing 2, but love Taryn.
The fact that I watched Sing 1 it should be enough to show my appreciation.
Does he even sing
I
an
saw
Elton
some-
John song and Sing 2?
Yeah, that's a great question.
No.
I think
Wait,
Owen said
isn't-
no when I asked.
Yeah, Owen said there
Fucked
is an
up.
Elton John song in the movie, but it's not sung by Taryn, I think.
It's devastating.
Fucked up.
devastating. I also saw Sing 1 before I knew who Taryn was, but I'm not going to go back and rewatch that one now that I know
Why
who
why did you rewatch Sing 1 if not just for a specific actor, may I ask?
Me?
Yeah.
What did you watch?
Why
in the
did
first
you
place?
watch it if not for Taryn?
Oh, because my family wanted to watch it.
She just loves Illumination.
Yeah.
Real big Minions fan over there.
Matthew Wayne in.
Banana? Oh, patoy.
Yeah,
I
this is
don't like Minions. I hate almost every Illumination movie I've seen, but my mom loves animated movies because she just likes children's movies, and so she asked me to go see Sing 2 with her, and I was like, I love you, but no, I will not go see that movie.
You know what else was in theaters at the same time?
The King's Man.
Go watch
And
that.
I
with your
dragged
mom.
my family to that. I did.
Did nice.
The only problem is the entire time I was home for break, the theater in my hometown had No Way Home and Sing 2.
Sad.
he sings a YouTube song. Apparently.
No.
Hey, Beautiful Day is good. Vertigo's fun.
What if he sings one of the songs off that one album that they just put on everybody's iPhone for
Yeah.
free?
I really loved those. Okay, I'll talk about Kingsman. It was my first movie I ever saw alone in a theater because I had a bad day at school and I was like, I'm gonna be angsty and go watch an R-rated movie. In between drama practice and a band practice at the end of school. So I went and saw
themselves.
it, and it's been like my favorite movie ever since. Like Whiplash, Kingsman, Ex Machina. Those are like a few of the movies that I watched in high school that I don't think will ever like leave my mind as some of my favorites. Sam's dead.
No.
I'll add her back whenever she rejoins.
Don't worry, she's got alpha gel somewhere.
This might have been the first movie I saw, the first R-rated movie I saw solo in theaters as well.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's dude,
Crazy.
it was a great experience. I didn't like know anything about it. I was just like, I guess I'll just go watch this. I think probably like Screen Junkies or something talked about it, and I was like, that sounds fun. So I went in knowing nothing, and it was so fun. And the songs in it, like the soundtrack, has been on all of my playlists for years. Sometimes I would play it at camp without thinking about what Give It Up is about for my high schoolers. On the
you
party
talked
bar,
about that on like a radio show we were on. Wasn't it a church camp as well?
Yeah, it was a church camp.
Oh no!
So yeah. Oh, there's.
God.
Bad.
I was trying to add you. Somebody else added you first.
Anyways, my Wi-Fi cut out as I was being criticized for being a fake Little Shop of Horrors fan.
Oh, that's how long ago it was.
Yeah. I don't know
Hashtag
anything you guys said after that, but that's the last thing I saw. So
Talking
thanks
about
for that,
Kingsman.
Jacob.
Yeah, no, the soundtrack, the action's awesome, especially the bar scene, like the initial bar scene that just like sets the tone for the movie, where he's trying to walk away and like he's provoked into it. Colin Firth has talked about how he was like, well, I always wanted to play Bond and I never got the chance, and this was like, it felt like his chance to kind of make that up. And he knocks it out of the park, fucking obviously. Gets way cooler action scenes than I've seen anything in Bond. And then
the two Bond movies I've seen, so true.
Oh my god, Samuel L. Jackson as well, doing something. I
am so sorry
during the list, but I was like, well, that's a choice for sure, and I think it works. Giselle.
Wait, doesn't Samuel L. Jackson just like have a lisp?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think he does just have a list.
Not like
he
that.
does.
Not
like that, but he
Okay.
has a little.
But like
bit
he
of
has
some.
one.
I mean, everybody has some weird speech thing, I think, but yeah, I didn't think he had a list, but it's he's obviously doing something more here. The dinner scene, the ending. It's a great. I watched this before I had seen almost any Bond, and I was just like, so like I'd heard it was kind of a Bond parody. I don't think most people even think about it that way at this point.
Not anymore, but when it first came out, I think yeah.
So that I was just like, this movie fucking rules, and it's that thought has not left my head since.
I don't know if you already mentioned this, but the Kingsman theme, good.
Oh yeah,
Wonderful. Henry Jackman again,
Love that.
knocking it out of the park. Only
Aiden,
makes
Aiden and
banger
I
scores.
using that theme for teams
Sure.
for like a year.
Nice.
Yeah. Still have to mention it.
No, yeah, of course. Rachel, what just to talk
Oh,
about it.
I wanted to tack on to your comment about Colin Firth. Is that Colin Firth had been typecast as like a Mr. Darcy type up until getting cast in Kingsman. So it was such a great choice to cast him as like this gentleman, and then just having that absolute bomb ass fight scene.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
an amazing choice.
Yeah,
Just imagine sitting in a theater. The only exposure you have of Colin Firth is the Pride and Prejudice miniseries, Bridget Jones' Diary, Love Actually. And you see him pull off something like the fucking church scene. I cannot imagine seeing that. Kingsman was like the first Colin Firth thing that I'd seen. Because, well, no. My mom used to watch the Pride and Prejudice series all the time when I was little. But I thought, that's stupid. I'm not going to pay attention to that. No. So this was like the first thing that I'd seen him in. And then I went back and watched his filmography after. But I cannot imagine just the feeling of sitting there seeing Mr. Darcy go absolutely ape shit on like 40 people in the church. I think that'd be amazing to watch.
I don't know. You saw The English Patient. He had some murderous intent there.
Yeah, he did. Some murder-suicide intent. That is the peak of the fucking movie. I'm not even going to give spoilers for The English Patient because no one should fucking watch it. It's boring as hell.
It's bad. Yeah.
Peak of the movie is where he takes a fucking aeroplane and tries to murder-suicide himself. He fucking fails in that. Everything else, that's at the halfway point of like an almost 3-hour movie. So Colin Firth fucking dies. You have to sit there for 90 more minutes watching Rafe Fiennes trudge through the desert. This isn't about that.
Yeah, you guys went on a tangent here. That hasn't happened before.
No, Taron Egerton's
We're looking
fantastic.
at Kingsman and you went on a tangent.
Sorry.
Kingsman.
Taron Egerton is fantastic. I don't know the backstory of Matthew Vaughn finding him, but I know this was his breakout role.
Yeah.
You can probably tack more onto that Taron Egerton stand.
I don't know. I mean, I think like he was just kind of bouncing around. Like he actually like one of his first was I'm blanking on names today. Testament of something. It was like a period piece, and then he had done just like small stuff, and then I'm sure it was just he was right for the casting because you can like several of the roles in here, not big names, like Charlie or Roxy, like those aren't none of those names were bringing people to the theaters, and they're like our main people that we watch like go through the events of the training. I think Vaughn was just pretty open-minded about casting like who worked for the part, and then obviously like he got Strong back, but nobody can fault him for that. And Michael Caine works.
Yeah, you've got a great balance of like pretty unknown characters or pretty unknown actors, and then like huge heavy hitters. Because then you have like what Sophie Cookson, fucking what's his name? Who's the guy
Charlie?
that played? Yeah, the guy that plays Charlie. Exactly, he's unknown. Nobody fucking knows him. They have Taron Egerton, who nobody had seen before, and then on the other side you have like Colin Firth, Mark Strong, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Caine, Mark Hamill, and I think that's a really good balance.
Yeah,
Mark
it's weird.
Hamill. Yeah,
and I think it works for the story too, where it's like this new generation.
Edward Holcroft, that's Charlie's name.
Ah.
I don't think he's done anything other than excuse me. He was in Vampire Academy. I
He's
forgot.
He was in Kingsman 2.
He was in Kingsman
You're
2.
right.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Sophie Cookson and him haven't done anything that big since leaving either. I don't think.
Sharon's still going strong though.
Buccicelli?
Butella.
Butella. I always forget her.
She did The Mummy 2017.
Yeah, I knew that.
Lest we forget. She was also in Atomic Blonde, which was really good.
Yeah. It's all right.
What else has she been in? I liked Atomic Blonde. I just like 80s music. So. Oh, she was in Climax. I forgot about that.
Yeah, earlier Sophia Butella, yeah.
Yeah.
Was she in it? I can't say for certain whether she was in much before it or not. I'm not up on that lore.
Yeah, she wasn't much.
Cole wanted to come in and say,
fuck off, Cole. Get out of here. So true, Jacob.
So true.
I don't think it's going to be any surprise where this one lands. Sorry, Aiden.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Sorry, Aiden.
I knew it the moment we started.
When I put on a tie.
So,
Cool. I have to get a
Guys, I'm
prop before we
curious,
start
where do you
talking about
place
the
this
next
one?
movie.
Maybe like 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
3 sounds good to me. Yeah.
You just really want it under X-Men that bad?
I mean, I would
You
put it
below your
first,
bottom
actually. Hot take.
I don't know.
Aiden, where would you place this? I'm curious.
Well, I'd have X-Men first and then Kingsman second.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah. We
I'm
don't even need to question.
Yeah.
Great.
There was
I
no
think
question that was going to happen.
the 3 of us
Yeah.
probably pushes that up.
Sorry, Aiden.
I mean, the
Kingsman, good.
alternative, I think, is that it's underneath Kick-Ass and above First Class. So I don't know what you prefer there.
I
But
don't care.
Kick-Ass is his least favorite, so I'm gonna say
above,
probably prefers this.
above Kick-Ass, preferably.
yeah.
Well, great.
We've
Glad we're all in
we've
agreement.
officially entered the era where it is only these movies. Thank God.
Good.
I mean, I miss his old.
The
stuff,
reason
but
that I asked
if he
for
does
Matthew
these for the rest of
Vaughn.
his life, I'll be happy. All right. I mean, I'm the resident Golden Circle defender. Rachel's come to my side recently
Hey,
a bit more.
I've been a defender for
You're also a defender.
just as
Yeah, I was
long.
gonna say, I think all 4 of us are
I'm talking
Golden
about the
Circle
one
defenders.
thing.
Oh,
I will
wait,
defend
you
every
defend
aspect
that?
of this movie. I don't think there's anything wrong with anything in this movie, and we'll speak to that.
Go ahead and insert your opinion here, Andrew.
No, Sam gets to kick us off, and then.
Oh, okay. Golden Circle, good actually.
Mm-hmm.
Love Pedro Pascal. He's Pedro Pascal, good. Everything is good except for the scene. Everyone knows the scene. As long as you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about.
No,
Do you
I
want
need
to
you to
describe
elaborate.
it?
No, please
Yeah,
describe it.
elaborate, please.
Oh yeah, I'll describe
There's
it.
a few that you could be talking about, so we need to narrow it down.
There's a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
questions.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
the meat grinder.
Yeah, that was fucking
actually
cool.
The first time I watched the movie, I did not like the meat grinder thing, but then after a couple of views, I came to not mind it. I didn't hate it anymore. Mark Strong singing Country Roads at top tier cinema. Oh yeah, this is my prop. It's the little Eggsy
Nice.
Funko that came with the Blu-ray.
So cute.
That's awesome.
He cute.
I would have my Harry Funko Pop if the Harry Funko Pop wasn't $60 fucking.
I would
Fair.
not buy a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
I stole this from my
fuck
dad.
you.
I stole this from my dad, so
Just don't keep them in the box like a fucking GameStop or something.
Yeah, that actually changes things a lot. Now that you bring it up.
I just don't want him to get lost or damaged.
Anything
because I cannot find a new one of these. So, usually I don't like Channing Tatum, but he was tolerable in this movie.
Because he was only there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I know.
He got cryogenically frozen halfway through. That's why he's tolerable.
I do like Channing Tatum, and I think he works here.
Elton John, great in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Benny and Jet, the dogs, loved that. That's a good one. Matthew Vaughn.
Good bit.
Good bit.
The head insertion into this frame,
Yeah.
and it goes right, man.
Good, yeah, love that.
Elton John, friend.
Elton John, friend.
I remember that scene going viral on Twitter out of context. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
People were like, what is this movie? And I was like, I'll get in the comments and explain it in great detail if you'd like.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie rules.
I would consider myself a Golden Circle defender.
Yeah, you know what? That's crazy.
One minor caveat.
We might be
Except
the
for
4
one.
Golden defenders, Golden Circle defenders in the club.
We are the only 4 on the planet
Yep.
to defend Golden Circle.
We are
No,
Legion.
5. Caroline fucking loves this movie. Even more than
Caroline,
the first.
Good opinion.
That's
Ape
I
strong
love
together.
that take because I don't understand it. Like I think the first is better, but
I can bring up
the
her-
first is better.
My
My mom liked the second better because Elton
I like
John
the
was
second
in it.
one better.
You got 6.
Yeah, no, my
The
mom
second
liked
one's
Golden
more
Circle better because
unhinged.
of Elton John. So like,
Yeah, this movie is fucking awesome. It's so cool, man. He's so cool. I remember like looking at reviews when I still cared about Rotten Tomatoes before going in to see the movie, and I was like, oh, like 60%. And I watched it, and I was like, what the fuck did they watch? Like this is exactly what I was expecting from a Kingsman sequel. Like, just absolutely nutty, like more globe-trotting. Like the statesman agency works so well within the context and like finding that allyship. It sucks that Roxy's gone. I'll say that, but like it
okay, that's the other bad
the
part of the movie.
Yeah. And like even like causing like Eggsy and Merlin to almost turn on each other for a second, and I'm glad that wasn't like a thread throughout the movie. But it's like that moment where there's just like they're both so scared. The drug's weird. Julianne Moore's performance fits the movie super well, and I don't think it would fit a lot of other movies. It's a weird one. Like this vegan that feeds people to her employees to like show their trust. Pedro Pascal's awesome. Pedro Pascal's and his character motivations totally make sense to me. Like I'm not like. Okay, let me be clear. Not like I agree
all
with
the
him,
drug users,
but it's like I can understand. Like it didn't catch me off the blue. Like what? Why did they do that? I was like, okay, I understand why he's doing this from his point of view, and it's cool to see him get his ass kicked with the whip, dude. The whip. I watched the trailer with Frank Sinatra's "My Way" for this movie.
I was about to mention
100,000 times. And like every time he brought the whip out in the trailer, I was like, let's go. And then they use it super well in the final fight with the two of them, where he like jumps through. Oh my god, the choreography,
cool.
It's really fun. It's Matthew Vaughn really just going nutty with it. His flight coordinators, I'm sure, also having a lot of great influence on that. There's a good Corridor Digital video about it. And now let's talk about the shot. It's awesome. It's funny as hell. It plays like if you still think of it as a Bond parody, like that's how I see it. Is it's making fun of this like Bond girl sort of thing. It plays the theme music, like the theme music of the entire franchise, as he puts a tracker into a place that you would not normally see in a movie. Hey mom.
I forgot you're at home.
The other mucous membrane.
Oh
no. Yeah. And then he like freaks out and he's like, no. Like we're like, I think it's just so funny in comparison to the like normal sort of spy movies we see. He like calls his girlfriend and he's like, hey sweetie, is this okay? Like that's insane. It's awesome. It's so funny. Jacob's saying oh no in the chat. Yeah, I think it works for the movie. I think it totally fits in. And
wait, has he seen this movie, or did he just find out about the shot from?
I don't know.
Oh no!
Here's hoping that Kingsman 3 has a urethra shot.
Oh please!
Here's not hoping that actually.
Sadly, we did not.
My friends, I'm not going to give you audio. This is my mom.
Hi, Andrew's mom.
Hi.
Hi. Talking about very Christian topics on here. I love Adventures in Odyssey. Wow. Last Chance Detective, so cool.
The rules. And it had the best use of country roads that year. And I love Logan Lucky, but
and Alien Covenant.
I don't have an opinion on them.
Perhaps the best use of country roads ever. Sorry, Cole.
In 2017, all used country roads.
Oh, Jacob just found out about this scene. Jacob,
sorry, Jacob.
Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Please don't let this dissuade you from watching Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Matthew popping it.
Jesus. Okay. Bad take.
Anyway.
All right, Rachel, go ahead.
Since we're on the topic of the scene, I would like to say I have recently come around to liking the scene as I will. It's funny. Okay, I do think that the point of not viewing Kingsman as a Bond parody is a lot to its detriment, especially if you're watching Golden Circle. I think Kingsman is a very good parody of Bond, but it's also just a pretty decent spy flick on its own that a lot of people forget that it's supposed to be a Bond parody. So if you have that same mindset going to Golden Circle, it's not going to be as fun as watching the first Kingsman. But I watched a bunch of Bond movies in between watching Golden Circle the first time. I'd say a lot. I watched all of the Daniel Craig movies, which are toned down from the older Bond movies, but still kind of in gold.
Objectively, those are the ones that it's not parodying.
I know. I get a sense
Connery
for
Bond
it, though.
Be down bad.
I do know about the Bond scene where it's like Dr. Christmas is like, it looks like Christmas came early this year. That's a fucking great line.
Christmas. I forget her last name, but there's like one of the Bond girls is named Christmas something, and like the last line of the movie is looks like Christmas came early this year. Yeah, most of the Roger Moore era Bond movies end with a very pointed sexual reference.
Also,
what's the one where they're on? I think it's Moonraker, where they're in space. Like the last line of that movie is, "What's he doing? It looks like he's attempting re-entry." Because they're having like zero G sex. Yeah.
Okay, in Dr. No or whatever the first Sean Connery one was, Bond wanted to sleep with every woman he laid eyes on. Okay.
Yes, that is a trait of the older Bond movies.
And Eggsy's better than that. He calls his girlfriend. FaceTimes her even.
Exactly. Okay. Eggsy, love him. We'll go with that.
Building off the fact that all the old Bond movies were super fucking horny, I did have to sit in my IEEE meeting on Saturday and explain that yes, Octopussy is a real Bond movie. I did not just pull that off my ass. Here's the Wikipedia article. And I proceeded to get made fun of in the middle of an IEEE meeting for just spitting the straight facts.
It's actually a pretty good Bond movie too.
The name is Octopussy.
I know.
How do you get over that in conversation?
It's bizarre, but yeah, one of the better Roger Moore ones, I think.
No, I'll defend that scene now. Still does not change my rating. It's still my fourth favorite Matthew Vaughn movie now, with the addition of this bitch. Still great. Pedro Pascal is an amazing addition. Channing Tatum's stupid fucking bowler hat in the mid-credit scene gets me every goddamn time.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking stupid. I love it.
So dumb.
I want to bring him back in the third one so badly, just so he wears that fucking bowler hat the entire time.
They're gonna kill him off in the third movie.
They will, but at least like in the 30 seconds that we have with him before he ultimately gets blown up, like Roxy fucking
Yeah, he's gonna be the Roxy.
And JD. JB. JB didn't deserve that.
Oh.
JB deserved better.
Peace, JB.
A moment of silence for JB.
Well, that was nice.
Okay.
Also, Alpha Jill's fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah.
What's stupid?
Yeah. Alpha Jill's fucking stupid.
Oh,
I'm glad they brought back Colin Firth's character because it's fucking Colin
but
Firth.
The worst part is he's literally on the poster. He's on the poster.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to give it away. Oh my god.
The first press they released for it was a poster with cracked glasses with a bullet in it, like a bullet that had gone through it, and that said, the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Come on.
That was the first piece of advertising they did for the movie.
It's fucking stupid.
I mean, the very first trailer.
The next piece was Elton John glasses.
Why did they come up with that first?
Yeah.
I mean, from the very first trailer, they spoiled that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen any of the trailers because I didn't watch these movies until like last January 2020. So,
wow. Yeah. I watched it with Caroline, and her hot take is that this is the best Matthew Vaughn movie and Kingsman movie. I
can't help but have a bit of respect for that opinion.
It's an extremely base take. All of her movie opinions, I don't agree with all of them, but my god, they're based.
Shout out to Caroline.
Shout out Caroline. Love you, bitch.
Cool. You guys ready?
Thank you for watching Kingsman 4 times with me.
I didn't get to talk about it yet.
Oh, Aiden, talk about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I really like this movie too. Initially, I think for a while after I first watched them, I liked it equally with the first one, but I since think that the first one's better. Yeah, not a fan how they killed off Roxy and like a whole bunch of other people in the first like 5 minutes of the film. That was kind of a bummer. It just kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's I don't know. It was very unceremonious, I think.
Yeah.
Given like how enjoyable Roxy and JB were in the first movie, it felt kind of odd to just like be like, oh, they're gone, moving on.
Mhm.
I didn't mind the scene. The scene's there. it's goofy in a weird sort of way. I think the thing I can understand why people have more criticisms about this movie, and it's because it's just completely unhinged.
Oh yeah.
Like the first movie was at least partially grounded in some sort of logic, and this one, it's like the final fight, their gadgets just do whatever the hell they want. It's like multi-tool gadgets where everything just has 5 different functions and they're all hyper specific. It's like, oh, this is a suitcase that also is a machine gun that also shoots out a taser web to catch the bombs being thrown at me all of a sudden.
Don't forget it's also a shield.
Yeah, also a shield. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just like the action scenes were really fun to watch, but they made no sense because they like didn't really define any of the gadgets, and so there's just like, oh well, they do everything now.
He just hacked his arm.
Yeah.
They had a line earlier where they're like, "This watch can hack anything." I was like, I wonder if that's gonna come back later.
Yeah.
Arm hacked.
Yeah, I really like Pedro Pascal. Really like Julianne Moore in here. I think the guy who plays the president does a pretty good job of being really campy as well. You bitch,
dude.
I do like the fact that the entire like conflict of the last half of the first Kingsman movie was like, fuck, we can't hack a biometric scanner. We gotta get back in there and get him off the fucking like table thing. Like first 30 minutes of Golden Circle, they hack a biometric scanner with no, they're better watches now.
They developed that technology after they saw what the problem with the first one.
I also like that the conflict of the second half is like the government just wants all the druggies to die. Plugged up. It's good. It's a cool thing to do. To show.
I wasn't a big fan of the conflict between Eggsy and the princess's relationship. Also, it's kind of weird that they even have a relationship given.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
Their encounter in the first one. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of unnecessary how he's like calling her before it happens is kind of funny, but it's also just like, I don't know. Now it's just like an unnecessary relationship drama plot thread that I don't really care about because I'm not really invested in their relationship. I'm kind of bummed they wasted Channing Tatum like that as well. I think he was enjoyable in his role as statesman, and then he's just like gone from the movie.
Yeah.
The one
and
scene where
I don't think he should be a Kingsman. He looks so stupid.
Fucking stupid looker.
Glad we can agree on that, Cole.
Merlin singing Country Roads, definitely one of, if not the best death scenes in movies, I think. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just really, really
me and Mahara always start singing it whenever we go past Shenandoah Drive in Lafayette. Super fun.
Shenandoah
River.
Yeah, he gets the accent too.
Yeah.
It's such a funny character trait to have Merlin be like a folk American Western lover.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to admit that the first time I heard that version of the song was a TikTok sound.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I know.
Come on, man.
It got big on TikTok like 2 months before I watched the movie.
Did you have a moment where like, oh fuck, that's where this is from? Watching it?
That's actually so funny. Oh my God, I've heard this in a TikTok.
I wasn't a big fan of how Charlie dies. I think it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like he gives like this big speech, and so I was like expecting like there to be a joke or like another action scene to happen, but no, he just kind of breaks his neck off screen. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, they have a fight, and then it zooms in on Eggsy's face, and he's like, "This is for my girlfriend, and for Roxy, and for JB, and for my friend, and for everyone else you put me through, and now you're gonna die."
Yeah.
I was like,
Woo!
oh, okay, well that
You
was
guys
kind
hear
of
that boom?
weird.
And then they show a
What was
dude
that?
getting ground up into ground beef on screen.
I thought that was so funny. I thought the meat grinder was hysterical.
The fucking cannibalism scene is absolutely hysterical. I don't know why so many
Yes.
people bang on it.
It's so funny.
So
I love
much.
that scene.
Dude, the
oh, it's
way that
too
they
much.
throw him into, he like knocks him up, and the other like alley-oops him into the meat grinder. Oh, it's awesome.
Knock him in there.
Yeah.
Fucking cowboy boots and all.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, no, I just think it's a funny movie. It's way less grounded, way less coherent than the first one, but it's still so fun.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not about the coherence, it's about the vibes. Therefore,
Yeah,
top tier.
good.
Let's play it. We got 35 minutes till Cole's meeting. We're
Oh,
on a
shit.
good pace. We're on a good
We're on a
pace.
good pace. We've got 35
I have
minutes.
25 minutes left of the movie.
Do you want me to summarize the
Hey,
end of Project
Cole.
X for you? They had a
No,
party.
do you want to push the meeting back by half an hour? Okay.
where do you
would
guys
put
place
Track
it?
remix of
Three.
Heads Will Roll by the
Three.
yeahs. You're good.
4.
I'd put it
Oh,
three out
three.
of the ones we have now.
Or
I'm
Oh.
so sorry, Aiden.
please
Yeah.
give me X-Men above something.
I'd be fine with putting
It's
it at
such a good
4.
movie.
I like just for when we place Kingsman above First Class, I'm willing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be
I think
okay with that.
Aiden's gonna break if we keep doing this to
I'm
him.
sorry.
Yeah. I can accept
would-
it being at 4.
I would
Thank you.
personally place it at 2 or 3, but
Yeah.
I will. We're all just kind of being like, you know what, Aiden, we'll give this one.
We'll
to you.
throw you a bone.
Yeah.
Appreciate
There you
it.
go.
Yay.
That's all
you.
you get.
We've steamrolled you on literally everything else in this call.
That's fine.
We'll give you a little bit of leeway.
All right, and last of all, the recent release, The King's Man.
Woo!
It feels weird. I feel like Sam didn't say much about Golden Circle, so I feel like I got to start Golden Circle almost. I'm gonna give Rachel The King's Man to
plenty
start us
about
off.
Golden Circle.
Great.
It just feels weird not to have Rachel get to talk about it first.
Okay.
So
Great. You guys know how long I was waiting for this release.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It did not.
I think we all
disappoint.
were pretty anxious for it.
I
Yeah.
remember getting that like news bulletin in March that's got pushed back from August to December.
Oh,
Fucking Christ. When will
I
this
remember-
goddamn come out?
I remember seeing it on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, sorry to be the one to break this news to
bestie.
you."
that's what my brother did to me. I think he saw it before I did, and he was like, "I'm sorry, Andrew."
I had to reset the fucking letterboard of like days since last Kingsman release delay. We got up to like 30 at one point, and then it reset. It's
Oh,
fucking terrible. No, I don't think it disappointed at all. Granted, I am extremely biased in that I watched this in the theater 3 times with my best friend Caroline in an empty theater. So we were shit talking the thing the entire time in the most obnoxious way possible. Super fun. If you guys ever get the opportunity to do so, I'd absolutely recommend it. You watch it that way.
Like you did with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
We-
fun.
That was fun.
That was
That was
fucking
fun.
fun.
That
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
What do I want to talk about in order? Rasputin, fantastic. I would say
Love
he carries the bulk of the movie that he's in.
Mhm.
Final villain, kind of shitty. Final fight scene, wonderful. That sword, I love the sword fights so goddamn much. Sword fight choreography, I love that shit in movies. Wonderful. This isn't going to be a very organized train of thoughts. Aaron Taylor Johnson just showing up randomly in the middle of the movie was fun.
dude, I like
Especially-
literally, I saw him and I was like, "What is that?"
It's
Is
I
that
had to
Aaron Taylor
explain-
Johnson?
Yeah, I had to explain to Caroline that him and the son were not the same person. She's like, oh, I thought they were doing like a little bit where like they pretend to not know each other. I was so fucking confused. Like, no, that's Quicksilver. Remember, honey, he died in the MCU.
That's
What
Kick-Ass.
That's Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
She hasn't
From
seen
Vaughn's
Kick-Ass.
earlier movie.
She hasn't seen Kick. The only thing she knows about Aaron Taylor Johnson is the one slide in the fucking 2-hour MCU presentation where I'm like, here's Quicksilver. He's dead now. Moving on. That was fun. The rest of the like evil League of Evil that they had going on was very underutilized. Especially the fact that they have fucking Lennon in there. And they're like, yeah, he started a revolution.
Yeah.
I hope he's going to be in if the sequel comes, if it ever happens. Dance fight do be the best part. Like Aiden is definitely going to say, disappointed that they did not use Boney M's Rasputin over that. I don't know if they couldn't get the rights or something. They had the trailer with it in it.
They have an official Fox YouTube video of that says dances with Rasputin. It's literally like some clips of Rasputin from the movie with like a background chorus singing Rah Rah Rasputin. They even have like the words Rah Rah Rasputin pop up on this trailer like a sing along, and they don't put it in the movie. I don't know why.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, I'm sad that they didn't. I mean, I think that the music they did use was good, but I'm sad that they didn't use that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through like the movie chronologically to think of my thoughts on the spot. Rafe Fiennes, good. I'm excited to see him. He's really good on the action scenes, surprisingly.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Did not help that Caroline kept saying, is that fucking Voldemort the entire time we were watching. What else? I don't remember anything about the son other than the fact that he just fucking died halfway through, which shocked me to the core when I was in the movie theater. I did not expect that. That was fucking cool.
What? It's the whole point of the first movie. When they talk about the Kingsmen, they go, it was founded by men who lost their sons in the war. So when I saw the trailer and I saw he had a son, I was like, that bitch died.
Listen, man. I've said that. If I've said this once, I've said it a million times. You cannot overestimate. You cannot overestimate how fucking stupid I am. You can send me the most obvious plot point, I'd be like, holy shit, this is news to me.
Like the fact
What do you mean?
realize the one actor played
That's
3
crazy.
guys.
I also didn't realize that. So.
It's like, damn, why does it say Tom Hollander cubed in the credits? That's fucking weird. Why'd they do that? It's like, oh, okay. Cool.
I didn't
Change
realize
the
it was the
mustache,
same guy,
change
and
the
then
man.
like a week later, I watched another Tom Hollander movie, and it took me 3/4 of the movie to figure out which person he was.
Fun fact. Oh,
Dumb.
if I had a nickel for every Kingsman movie that had an actor that got really famous off of a Disney Plus show, I'd have 2 nickels. And fun fact.
Yeah, that one landed, Rachel.
Sorry. Move this bitch on screen
What are these
somewhere.
Disney Plus shows and who are the actors?
I'm thinking she's saying Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, and Zemo.
Pedro Pascal and Zemo.
Which is crazy because Pedro Pascal was, I feel like, pretty well known before the Disney
Really?
Plus series.
Yeah.
Really?
Pedro Pascal was in Game
of
Thrones.
Thrones.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't fucking
kinda-
watch Game of Thrones.
Well,
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't watch it either,
everybody
but my
else
dad
on
and
the
brother
planet
did.
did.
So
Well, sorry.
my dad and brother
Yeah.
did. So, and then when we first watched Mandalorian, they were like, "Hey, that's the Game of
I
Thrones
saw
guy." And I was
nothing
like,
about Pedro Pascal before Mandalorian.
That's
Absolutely nothing. Anyway, funny story about that. Because I like Daniel Bruhl a lot, almost every single secondary character in this movie is played by an actor that's been in one of his movies before. Specifically, David Cross, who's a German actor that was in a movie called Krabat. And he's only credited in the Letterboxd page as Mustachioed Man. I was like, damn, what
fun.
fucking mustachioed man could he possibly be in this movie? Because he plays Hitler, and they don't reveal that until the end credit scene. So I'm like looking for David Cross the entire fucking movie. Is like, what fucking mustached man is this goddamn actor? And he finally appears. I'm like, oh, that's fucking great.
The craziest after credit sequence.
That was insane.
It's so good.
The fucking tweet that's like MCU fans when they watch a World War I documentary and there's not a post credits teasing World War II.
I saw that tweet and I could not tell if that was like a serious tweet or if like someone just like made it because of Kingsman.
No, I think it came out.
Either way, I appreciate it.
I've seen like that joke before Kingsman.
I saw like a news blurb that said like stay for an after credit scene that sets up the next villain, and I was like, gee, I wonder who that could be.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that blurb, so I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Once they introduced Lennon, and then he was like, I've got somebody for you to meet. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be Hitler. That's when I realized.
It hit me right as he was walking in. I was like, why would they bring in Eric Jan Hanussen into a World War I movie when he specifically has shit to do in World War II? Oh.
Yeah.
Also, the post-credit scene isn't the first time that we see him.
Yeah, he fucking shoots the Romanovs.
He's the one who kills the Romanovs family. Yeah.
He's also standing in the background when they sign the paper in the big chapel thing,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Right.
He's just there. He's vibing.
Yeah.
I saw him in the Romanovs thing. I was like, damn, is that the only thing that he does in this movie? That's crazy. Underutilized. That's very disjointed. Yeah. Good movie.
Good.
Yeah, I think this is the weakest of the three Kingsmen, but I still really liked it. I think that it's trying to do a balancing act of telling like a historical fantasy and then also being a Kingsman movie. And I think there's a number of places where it falls off that knife's edge a little bit. I don't think it's nearly as action heavy or as exciting as the first two. It's a lot more methodical and slower about its pace. But when it ramps up, it really ramps up. Like the Rasputin fight, easily like one of the most enjoyable Kingsman moments out there.
Yeah.
I saw that review on Letterboxd of that the original cut where he was in it a lot more. So apparently that didn't work as well, which is a bummer because I was like, man, this movie needed more Rasputin. But then I saw that review. I was like, oh well, maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, it was specifically an extended cut of the scene with him and Orlando Oxford like healing his leg. And I know how much you love that part of that scene.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously, we would have gotten more of that. I would like to see it.
Yep.
But yeah, Rasputin, amazing. Yeah, the fight scene at the end, amazing. Especially with like the sword point of view and all that. Yeah, swords in movies are so cool when it's done so well.
So fucking cool.
Like, I'm gonna plug Mask of Zorro here for a second. Some of the best sword fight choreography I've seen in a movie in a long time. Very good. Y'all should watch it. It's on Netflix. Just dropped there. But yeah, so that fight scene's great. The characters weren't as interesting as the other two. They weren't as enjoyable. Like, I don't really understand who Polly was or what her relationship was supposed to be to Ralph Fiennes.
Codebreaker. Shitty codebreaker.
Right, but
it's an
like
alphabet cipher.
Right, but she like
Locked
that wasn't even her primary role.
room.
She's like a nanny, but like the dude's way too old to need a nanny anymore. I was just like, I didn't really understand who she was.
I feel like she's a similar role to Jem and Hansu, which is like a butler that is in this like
right, but like neither
club.
of them really had a personality or like much of a role, I would say. It like they were just kind of like they're helpers, and that's all that we really ever learn about them, which is kind of a bummer. I like them. I'm not saying they're bad or anything. I'm just saying that like compared to how interesting Eggsy was, they're just kind of there. Same with like the son. The son has like almost no personality. other than hey, I want to fight.
He wants to go to war.
Yeah, hey, I want to go
what
fight.
the fuck?
And then Rafe's entire personality is, hey, I don't want you to fight.
You did die on the front lines.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
So, in that way, I think it was kind of a step down from the other ones. Just the characters weren't as interesting. But it was really fun to watch. The action was great. Music is great. Yeah, the scene where the son dies shocked me too. I couldn't believe they actually did that. Can you imagine how just weird it would be to just be like some random dude and then some guy asks to switch uniforms with you and suddenly you're a super spy?
Yeah. His character gets just thrown into it.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson's a Kingsman because some random guy was rebelling against his father. I just thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, like the whole scene at the end where they're like assaulting the plateau thing was pretty fun. I think it's just more the middle part of the movie that just kind of drags. And then a lot of the setup before they go to Russia is pretty slow as well.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy remembering some of the historical stuff from history class and whatnot. Yeah, Hitler reveal, really funny. I'm really sad that this movie bombed so badly in the box office. So I mean, I really hope
Disney,
that
man.
Yeah, man, Spider-Man. Yeah, I hope the studio realizes there are extenuating circumstances and gives him the green light for another one.
Please.
Yeah, especially with the plans they already had.
Yeah.
For so many. Yeah. I honestly, I just want more Kingsman content no matter what. Even if it becomes like a streaming movie service.
Yeah.
I'll be like, fine, whatever.
A streaming service is just Kingsman content.
Okay.
That'd be so fucking cool.
Not what I went
$20 a month for that.
Sam.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Rasputin is the best part of this movie. The healing / dance fight scene, amazing. But yeah, I've seen this movie twice. I liked when I saw it with my family, but no, that's great. I saw it with my family the first time I saw it, and after the movie, my dad was like, "That was good," but the tongue thing made me really uncomfortable.
Weak.
So uncomfortable. Yeah.
Weak.
I was not that surprised when the son died. I was like, oh, okay, he's going to war. He's going to die. Like, I was more surprised that he made it back. He made it back to the trench with the...
Yeah. I wasn't shocked that he died. I was shocked at how he died. Like, I did not expect him to die from friendly fire in his own trench.
That was cool, actually.
Can we talk about how fucking incompetent the British army was during that entire sequence? Like, oh my god, it's a German spy waving the Union Jack. Let's fucking shoot at him. Obviously. And then when their general specifically says, hey, I'm taking 6 people out to do a recon mission at dawn, and they see a person out doing a recon mission after dawn, they're like, oh fuck, it's a German, better shoot at him.
But
it's the army.
Yeah.
They can make those sort of mix-ups.
That fucking fight between the Germans and the British soldiers with the fucking like sword fist, that was fucking cool.
The assassin
blades. I was not expecting something like that, honestly.
So fucking
that
cool.
was the part where I was like, what?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Also cool scene.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. After we watched the movie, my dad was like, "I didn't think the son was gonna die. I hated that." And I was like, "I mean, it was sad, I guess, but also like I
actually like the son. I agree.
I did like the son, but it wasn't that.
I think they all have a lack of personality compared to the other movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I like seeing it with friends better just because we made like fun of the movie the entire time. Felt kind of bad for Sarah, but only kind of.
All right.
Yeah, good movie.
Should I take it?
Go for it.
I think actually agree with a lot of the points against it. Like, I think it's probably the third best. I'm not going to say worst, but I'll say third best Kingsman movie.
The bronze medal winner.
Yeah, bronze ain't bad. Because of like some of that lack of character development. Like it was all pretty much just in service of having cool action scenes again, I think. Yeah. And so when you're just with the characters, and it's not action, I do think it lacks a little bit. I thought it was like it did a like good job of like referencing like like the other Kingsman movies, like in really like dumb, awesome ways. Like especially, I think the funniest part is when he just like shoves the knives into his shoes, and, like it's like not in the same function at all. Like it actually serves like what he's trying to do, and it's like a cute little thing to the first movie. I really like that.
Still got hyped when I saw
Oxford's not rogues.
Yeah,
that's nice. There's a lot of like, little teases to the other movies, but it doesn't rely on the other two movies. It's
exactly.
Pretty entertaining, which is really nice.
So anytime I caught one of those, I would like turn to. I went with my brother and sister and our cousin, and I would be like, "That was something. I promise you, that was a reference. It was like subtle, but
like it felt different from the other two Kingsman movies, but I think it was in a good way.
Yeah. I like the direction they're going with it. Like if that's going to become its own trilogy or whatever. I don't need to say that I'm obviously going to watch them.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us need to say that here.
Yeah, and I like how they did like weird historical revisionism just for the fun. I think people should be comfortable doing that. It's a dumb movie.
It's so fun.
It's not a documentary. He saved Franz Ferdinand. Not a plot point. Once I saw the trailer, it was a plot point I was expecting, but and then they just go down a dead end alley and he dies.
That's actually what happens. That's how it happens.
Yeah, it was a failed assassination
like the person who's supposed to kill him misses, and then he's just like at a cafe and they happen to drive by.
You're saying that happened in real life?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how he got fucking killed.
They translated that very well. I was not a good history student. Fucking Sean's review? That's me trying to put my two brain cells together to remember fucking U.S. or World History 1. Watching that movie. It was very fun. I even think the action's like maybe a step down, but dude, the scene where Gemma Arterton's like sniping and Jimon Hansu's like running up to those dudes, and then he grabs the rope and is like, oh my, that's the best. That's my.
When Shola just pops up with the fucking sword, I lost my shit.
Yeah.
That's my favorite action set piece from the movie. Actually, I love the dance fight too, but that part's just so stupidly insane. It rules.
I loved when they were like, I know where the villain is because this scarf was made with this goat's wool and this goat is only found on that one plateau.
It's like they don't migrate off the plateau, just on top of that one rock.
It's so funny. And like the core of this movie was also just like bumbling bureaucracy as well, which is kind of similar to the second one where it's just like, world leaders might not be great at what they do sometimes.
Well, and they killed all the fucking world leaders in the first one. Yeah. So they're just left over with these fucking idiots now.
Yeah. So I like it's a good movie. I like it.
Silly Tucci just showed up halfway through too.
Okay, I thought Tucci was going to be Merlin because I knew he was in the movie.
As like bald glasses.
Yeah, bald glasses. He's Merlin.
Looks kind of like Mark Strong.
Looks like Mark Strong.
Looks exactly like Mark Strong.
Looks like Mark Strong.
Biggest missed opportunity.
Yeah, but it's Jamon now, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's great.
Yeah,
so
the most un-Merlin of all of them.
I think he's gonna be cool. So,
Merlin's the guy in the chair, though. He's like not the action star, and I think Jimon Hansu is definitely the action star.
Yeah, that's fair. But hey, this is early Kingsman days. Everybody needs to be on hand. Sure. All right, let's get this placed, and then we can discuss if we want to make any changes.
I have it at my number 2, but I'd be comfortable with anywhere from like 5 to 3. 5 to 4.
I'd put it at 5.
I'd put it at 3.
Dude, I would love to renegotiate and get Kingsman above First Class and then have Kingsman under First Class. Golden Circle above First Class, I mean.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? Okay, so that's, oh my God, wait. Numbers are hard. Rachel gave a very non-committal besides 2 to 5.
I have it personally at number 2. I know that's not going to go over well with all the other ratings.
I mean, I have it
I'm
at 3.
comfortable with having
so,
it below Golden Circle.
I would have it below Golden Circle.
Yeah.
I'm okay
How do
with
we
that.
feel about like that?
Rip in peace, Aiden.
That hurts.
Rip in peace,
Why?
Aiden.
But you got Kingsman under. We can move it back.
The one concession you made was to put
Well,
the
because
Golden Circle
I thought that everybody else was gonna
underneath
like
X-Men First
Kingsman way more.
I mean,
fucking
I
love
have it
Kingsman.
above Golden Circle, but
Oh,
You
okay.
do? Nice.
We'll do.
I
Do
do.
what you
I mean that means it's just gonna end up like this then, Aiden, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Or
fine.
you could switch First
Nice.
Class and Kingsman the Golden Circle.
Please don't.
No, please. Leave Aiden a bit of his sanity.
Yeah, I think for Aiden's sake we leave it there. Any other proposed adjustments?
No, looks
This
decent.
just is
That's
my
good.
Vaughn ranking, except for First Class and Golden
Really?
Circle are switched. Yeah.
Mine's like
Dang.
pretty different.
It's
Yeah.
my top 2. I
Not
think.
very much.
But mine would be. I think Golden Circle's 2 or 3. Like it's
Mine
close.
is just Kingsman, Kick-Ass swapped, and then Golden Circle and First Class swapped, and that's the only difference.
The only one that's in the same place for me is Stardust and Layer Cake. Or actually, no, none of them are in the same place for me. Not a single one of these matches.
Well, I'm glad we all came to an agreement then.
I like hearing all of ours, so I'll say mine as well. Mine's Secret Service. I'm just gonna say Kick-Ass, and then Golden Circle, and then honestly probably Stardust, Kingsman, Layer Cake, and First Class.
First Class is your bottom.
Yeah, it's negotiable. I don't know. don't
When's the
care
last
This
time
that
you've
list
seen
much.
makes me
First
feel.
Class?
It's been First Class is the one that's been longest since I've watched.
Could rewatch it. Might move
Uh,
above
This
Layer
list makes me
Cake.
feel really good after the John Carpenter tier list. Not gonna lie.
Were you in
that one, I
what do you
just-
call it, Steven?
Yeah, but it was just all of my opinions were outvoted. So
Well, now Aiden's
Except for
in
the
that
thing.
scene.
I don't exactly know what this means.
Golden Circle was bad take. We don't like it. Since Stardust was good.
Oh, I've got
That's not
Golden
even
Circle
true.
like number 3 for me, Matthew.
yeah, Golden Circle's my number 4, but
Golden Circle
Yeah.
is number
and that's not
4.
even true on this because there's literally
Golden
2
Circle's my
movies
number
under the Golden
3.
Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is First Class, Kingsman 2, The Kingsman, Stardust, Layer Cake, Kick-Ass.
Yeah, that's Matthew. I think
But-
you misread what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You having Golden Circle as your bottom Matthew Vaughn movie is a bad take.
Yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Kingsman the Golden
Agreed.
Circle is really only at 5 here for us because we wanted to concede to Aiden that First Class wouldn't be in the bottom half. It's smack in the middle.
Yeah.
I respect Matthew having Stardust that high, but why is Kick-Ass so low?
Because it's not very
That's it.
good.
That's crazy, man.
Aiden,
It's actually really good.
please.
Huh.
First Class is number 1.
Oh, let me just bring it up. I guess
Yeah.
we're all just
Yeah.
staring at it without. That's Matthew's. He has not seen Layer Cake, so it's not on there.
Yeah, it'd be at number 7 if you had.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a little right there for you.
Okay.
My middle finger's being there we go.
Let me be clear. Layer Cake, good. Okay.
Layer Cake mid. I'll concede that.
Layer Cake mid.
okay.
All right.
Layer Cake
Well,
Layer
that's
Cake not
about
bad.
it for us. I'm trying to find.
The
He
outro.
said that he had. Well, Matthew told me. Oh wait, this is Councilman Banners.
Oh, but
We have a few coming up. We've got.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait. Also, we have just for audio listeners. Matthew does this. Kingsman: The Secret Service number 1, Kick-Ass number 2, The Kingsman number 3, X-Men First Class number 4, Kingsman: The Golden Circle is at 5, Stardust at 6, and Layer Cake at 7. That is our
the save
final
button
ranking.
I had that
We've
save
also got a few more things coming up. Female-led action movies in that time frame, January 17th to the 23rd. Top 10 2021 movies is being shot sometime between January 24th and January 31st. And Steven Bathroom Counter at 0.
Thank God.
Yes.
Those are the real ranked manners we have
Actually,
today.
we don't know that for sure. He's just not
I don't know
here.
that.
I'd agree with you there, Albert, but I like them both a lot. So,
Sorry, Albert.
Yeah.
any other
Kingsman
words
good.
before we go out?
I fucking hope they get a Kingsman sequel so bad.
Me too.
Please.
Me too.
So
You
bad.
heard
Also,
us,
I'm really
studios.
excited.
We've got
I'm excited that
3
they
to
started
4
filming the third
viewers
Kingsman movie.
throughout the stream, and we have opinions, and you better listen.
Kingsman
shout out
3,
Marv
real
Studios.
excited. Love
Shout out Marv
Eggsy, bye.
Studios.
Bye.
Marv Studios.
Let me run the. Oh, I forgot.
Click the outro.
There's an outro?
There's
Sweet.
an outro. We'll get to see it, hopefully.